Plaintiff Consuela Akins-Watson says the defendant lived with his fiancée's parents, who live next door to Consuela, and she claims the police were constantly at the defendant's home. Consuela feels her property value went down as a result of the police activity at the defendant's home, and she's suing for car damages and a rental car. Defendant Robert Holloway insists he never lived at the house next door to Consuela, and there's a good reason as to why the police were being called. Robert claims his witness was driving the car that hit Consuela's car, not him, and he's countersuing for harassment.
Start with you.
Well, Your Honor, it is really a shame that we had to come here today. Mr. Holloway lived right next door to me in his fiance's parents' house, which 10 to 12 people live there. And there's always yelling, screaming, fighting, and the police are always being called over there. Well, because we have conjoining driveways, the police are always constantly in my driveway too. So,
how many people staying in your house?
I have 2 children that live with me.
All right, you just counting up people. I was just wondering.
I mean,
counting up how many living in their house. I want to count how many living in yours.
Well, I felt like after a month of them being there, that our property value is going down because the police are always over there. They never keep the property up.
They never came for you?
No.
Did the police ever come for it?
No, sir. No, sir.
Oh, good. What's happening? You give me some background here.
How are you doing, Your Honor? First of all, I never lived there. My fiancée lives there, and that is her mother lived there. It's a 6-bedroom house, first of all, okay? Just since day one I met Miss Watkins, it's just been nothing but drama. It's just small stuff like she said, the joint driveways. It's okay for Miss Watkins to use their driveway to get out of the, but
What are the police coming for, to your knowledge? You don't live there, you say, but what are they coming for?
They've come for numerous stuff because my mother-in-law has an out-of-control team, so they've called the police on him numerous times.
Okay. Do you know that to be the case?
I just know that the police are always over there.
Okay, you don't know why?
I speak to the mother. She's saying that there's an out-of-control team. There's other teams that are coming. You just said you don't know why. But, I mean, she's not saying that's why the police are over there.
No, you just said you don't know why.
Because she's going to the schools and everything for him.
That's what I'm just saying. You're making all these assessments and passing judgment, talking about they bringing down your property values, and you don't even know what's going on over there.
Plaintiff Consuela Akins-Watson says the defendant lived next door to her with his fiancée's parents, and Consuela feels they brought her property value down because the police were constantly at the defendant's home.
Go ahead, tell me why you're suing them.
Well, I was at home and Mr. Holloway knocked on my door and told me that he hit my car.
While it was parked, he hit it?
Yes, it was parked. My car was damaged, and I had to get a rent-a-car because I had, the body shop had my car for 16 days.
Okay, and when you discussed it with him, what did he say?
When I first talked to Mr. Holloway about it, the day he came to my door and told me that it was hit, he said he would take full responsibility. So when the police came, I let them know, but since we live on private property, they said it was a civil matter and that I need to take him to civil court.
Okay, you all never came to an agreement?
Well, we did come to an agreement on several different occasions, but he never did meet with me for any of the signing of the agreement.
What was the last agreement?
The last agreement was...
Sir, while she looks for that, you want to give me some background on the case?
Yes, sir. Actually, I do, Your Honor.
Or anything else you want to talk about?
First of all, I never hit the car. I was not involved in the accident. Mr. Mason was the one that hit it. And like I said, this lady, she would have never known I even hit the car. So if I was trying to hide or do anything, she would have never known. She would, you know what I'm saying? I went to the door. This is 20 minutes after the accident. I went to her house, knocked on the door, let her know, brought to her attention, and I told her, because I'm the owner of the vehicle, I will take full responsibility. Less than a week or two, she's at my jobs, raising all kinds of, you know what I'm saying, drama, just...
Let's start with the agreement first.
With the agreement was her, Mr. Mason.
You can't just tell her, I hit your car, now have a good evening.
Yes, I understand it, right, yeah. I told her I hit the car, I gave her the proof of my insurance, and I told her what happened. I told her Mr. Mason's the one that hit the vehicle, backed out of the vehicle, and I said he's willing to take full responsibility. The reason I'll bring to your attention.
You told her he would?
Yes, sir. And apparently they worked something out. The next thing you know...
What do you mean apparently? Either he told you or he didn't.
They did, but he didn't sign the paperwork that they had drawn up yet because I'm apparently between the work schedule or
You're
whatever.
making too much reference to him without allowing him to step up and talk. Come on up, sir. State your name.
Marcus
Did
Mathis.
you hit the car?
Yes, sir.
Did you speak with her?
Yes, sir.
The two of you made an agreement?
I told like a few weeks later, I finally caught up with her.
Hold on, man.
We were standing in the driveway.
Sir?
Oh, sorry, sir.
You said you all made an agreement?
Yes, sir.
What was the agreement you made with her?
She told me, she was like, I got this paper I want you to sign, saying that you will make payments on paying what she had, I guess, figured out what would be the damages. And I told her, I said, okay, give me a few days. I work 7 days a week. Give me a few days, I'll be over there.
Ma'am,
She's
this never happened?
No. I never had conversations with him. I've always had conversations with Mr. Holloway.
Yes, sir.
We was in the driveway. She walked over across the yard to me, beckoned me here. I walked into the middle of the driveway. We had a conversation right there. And I said, man, just give me a few days. I work a lot. I'll be over to sign the paper. I never made it to sign the paper. And that's when the harassment started. I mean.
All right.
Your Honor. I have proof that he never showed up for any of the, Mr. Holloway never showed up for any of the meetings. He said in one of his texts, he said that he was going to send his brother to my house.
That's your brother?
But.
Not biological, no, sir.
But.
That's who he was referring to your understanding?
To my understanding. That he was going to send his brother to my house. That never happened. His brother never showed up.
Okay, let me see what you have there. First, the last agreement you made.
The last agreement is right here. And this, Your Honor, is proof that he didn't have insurance because this is from the insurance company.
All right. He didn't sign this agreement, so you didn't have one here. Do you have one that he signed?
Well, we have verbal agreements through text messages.
Let's see that.
He basically agreed that he was going to pay for the damages.
Is there an amount on here?
No, sir.
Okay.
Plaintiff Consuela Akins-Watson says the defendant lived next door to her with his fiancé's parents, and Consuela feels they brought her property value down because the police were constantly at the defendant's home.
What did he agree to pay, the amount? What amount did he agree to pay?
He agreed to pay for all damages to my car, fully responsible, and the rent-a-car. I have children, I have to get around, so he inconvenienced me. I didn't inconvenience him.
Your Honor?
Yes.
I'm not disputing the fact. Only thing, and I'm gonna keep it honest. I did agree to pay the deductible, which was $1,000. Now she's want me to pay $3,000 for something, and then she wanted for the rent-a-car for like 15 days. There wasn't even cosmetic damages done to the vehicle for 15 days in a rent-a-car.
I have
What you need a
pictures, Your
rent-a-car
Honor, if
for?
you would like to see those.
Like I said, I'm not disputing the fact. I don't mind paying at first, I believe I was responsible for the deductible. And so all the harassment, my fiance, 6.5 months pregnant, was in the hospital having labor contractions.
You have your estimates, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Here's the total that I paid, and here's for the rent-a-car. And I did not go through my insurance. I paid for it myself.
Okay. Person owes you whether you have insurance or not. If they cause damage to you, you can choose to turn it into your insurance, or you can choose to have them compensate you fully. Okay, there you go. All right. Sir, as you heard me say, you're liable for all the damage. If she made an agreement for the $1,000, if you didn't pay it, she says, okay, I want it all now. And she is entitled to rent a car for a reasonable amount of time. Typically, that's for the time that she does not have her car or that it's in repair. But you can't keep the car in repair for 6 months because you go to a bootlegger. But 16 days is reasonable for a shop to keep the car and repair it. So it sounds like everything you're asking for is reasonable. Your counterclaim, how did she harass you, sir?
She came to my job on March the 1st and March the 4th on numerous occasions, causing drama. My restaurant manager brought it to my attention I had to leave work early because they said they didn't have time because I was going up for promotion, trying to get the kitchen manager position. They said they didn't have time for all that drama. I needed to take that on somewhere. So the first time we overlooked it, but then the second time, it was, you know what I'm saying, it was a problem.
Came to your job again?
Yes, sir, on March the 1st and March the 4th,
Man, did you go to
2016.
his job twice?
I went to his job one time. And I went to his job because...
Did you speak to his boss?
It wasn't his boss, it was another
Any
fellow,
employee?
Yes, it was another
About
fellow.
his personal business?
No, I just asked did he work there because I needed to get him served.
That's all you asked?
Yeah, if he worked there. And the
You have
gentleman
something?
told
I have a statement from the restaurant manager that was on duty at the time. It was embarrassment. All my business got put
Yeah,
out.
and you don't inquire about serving anybody. When you say serve, that means you got a lawsuit. And that means you've told his place of employment that you're suing him. I was the manager on duty when Consuela came into the restaurant asking if Robert Holloway worked there. I told her that I could not release that information. She then told me that she needed to where to send the police. She also told me that Robert owed money and that he was dodging her. I told her that I still could not release that information. You didn't do that, ma'am?
I did not talk to a manager. I did not tell
Anybody?
them. I talked to an employee.
Did you tell him that he was dodging you and owed you money?
No.
All right, so they're lying on you, you believe?
Yes, sir.
All right, got it. I don't believe they're lying on you. All right, you already admit going to his place of employment, and that is major harassment. You risk costing him his job. $2,819 is yours. I'll grant you your judgment, and $2,000 is yours. I'll grant you your judgment.
Thank you,
That's
Your
the
Honor.
height of harassment, going to your place of employment. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I mean, he lied. He fabricated that I was harassing him at work. So it is what it is.
Come to my job, I almost lost my job. Thank you. I've been in the company 7 years and I didn't lose my job, so I'm grateful I still have it. I'm glad this is behind us. This ain't been nothing but drama and chaos.